Hello and welcome everyone to a new video here on my YouTube channel. Today we go over Sultai Field of the Dead, and the reason why I want to do this video is because the card probably gonna get banned today, and I want to just show you the reason why it is so strong, and it's in my opinion the best deck in Standard. I think it has a good matchup against every deck except maybe blue-white auras, and yeah, so this is the list I came up with after 5 days of tinkering. I went up to number 2 with this list. When I started the video today, I was number 10. But yeah, still really high in Mythic, so really high win rate of this deck. Let's go with the key card. So the key card, as usual, is Field of the Dead. When you have 7 different lands, you get a 2/2 zombie. If you have multiple Field of the Dead, you get more zombies. Cards to find it is the new card Hour of Promise, 5 mana, search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Then if you control 3 or more deserts, create 2 black zombie creatures tokens. So the thing is, you can search any land, and you just can search Field of the Dead or anything you need, so it's a really, really good card. Because this deck is so popular right now, we do not play any board wipe in game 1. But we have Pseudo board wipe with Massacre Wurm, which is one of the best cards in the mirror. It's a 6 mana, 6/5 card. When Massacre Wurm enters the battlefield, creature your opponent controls get -2/-2 until the end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies, the player loses 2 life. So this literally wins you the game on spot if they have met many zombies and they cannot do anything against this. And also really strong is Pact of Negation. It's a 0 mana counterspell. We have to pay 5 mana next upkeep or we lose the game, but this goes really well with Hour of Promise or Massacre Wurm to protect those cards when we play it. And the other cards are all just support cards. We have Explore, Growth Spiral, Elvish Rejuvenator, Uro. So they all give us an extra land, most likely. So we ramp really fast and we get lands to activate the zombies. Oracle does the same. It's a 4 mana 2/2. We can play an additional land each turn. We can play with the top card of the library revealed. And you may play lands from the top of your library. So it's basically the same. You just try to ramp as fast as you can. Raska, the one-off, used to be really strong. It always felt great when I played it. You can sacrifice zombies and lands to draw cards. And it's so uncontested sometimes in the mirror game 1 that you just win with the ultimate. And I actually won a lot with the ultimate. We played a one of Crazies because it's such a strong top deck and we have so many lands, so why not playing a Crazies? Also, we play Ugin as a one-off. We ramp fast, it's just a really strong planeswalker and needs an answer. Then 3 Thoughtseize. I had 4. I went for 3 because I didn't like it too much in the mirror, but it's still a really good card. So let's go shortly over the sideboard. We have 3 Disfigures against the Auras decks, just any fast decks there. 1 Thoughtseize, same reason. Gravedigger's Cage to deal with Muxus or Citadel decks. Disdainful Stroke also to have something against the key cards. Disdainful Stroke definitely in the mirror, definitely against Citadel. Ashiok also something in the mirror, also against all the graveyard cards. Maelstrom Pulse, just the one of removal. I liked Maelstrom Pulse. This was also my flex slot, so we changed it to this one. Then for extinction events, if we have to play against any aggressive deck, we need the 4 wipes here. But that's about it. So it's a really short introduction because I think this Field of the Dead gets banned. Many think it's Hour of Promise. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Field of the Dead. The card needs to go. It holds back the format, I think. Surely you can talk the deck with auras, like blue-white auras, but then again, the deck overall is so strong. I think I have like an 85% win rate over 50 games with this deck. That's why I got to number 2. Still only number 16 now, because I didn't play and I just lost during the video. But yeah, I think the deck is super strong. I hope you like the games. We played 2 mirrors, so it's perfect to showcase that the card needs to get banned. And yeah, hope you like it. See you guys next time. It's not what we want, but I think we can try it. It may be too slow. We're gonna keep the cycling here though. So we have at least an alternative draw on turn 3. It's definitely a weekend. On the play, I can see this. So we can go in turn 3, Triome, turn 4, Crazies, which is still fine. Opponent needs to decide if they want to keep in their hand. They're mulligan. Maybe they had a hard decision here as well. I think maybe I could be wrong here. And I should have dished this hand, but as I said, as long as I have a turn 3 and turn 4 play, I can go for it, and maybe I find my turn 5 hours, and then usually you look really good. I can also see going down on a worm now, because I think many will not play this deck anymore. This deck I used on Friday to climb to number 2. Now I'm number 10, didn't play a lot. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Starting with the Watery Grave, they open with a temple here. Could be a mirror. Not too happy about drawing another land now. Going with the Catacomb here, then recycle the Triome. Let's hope they don't have a Explore. Well, they seem to be faster. They have the field. We found another land, which is bad, and we pass. So now if we keep drawing lands after a 6-lander start, we're not looking too fresh, especially if they have a lot of interaction. So they have a turn 2, turn 3 ramp spell. There's not much we can do about. They just play better. I could see them playing the same exact list, mainly because I tweeted the list, and at least we know how to play against it. And they helled us, so I guess they know us. Well, imagine having the ramp spells, I guess it's pretty good. Do they have another land or not? So there is a hard one. We could go for the Field of Ruin to destroy their field here. They may answer with an Uro though. I think it's better to ramp right now. So we have a potential 4/4 Crisis. And now we need to dodge our promise, otherwise they win. This is a really good hand. Double Explore, Uro, and we just play lands. We didn't know what the opponent will play here, so I think it's okay to keep it. I played many mirrors. Sometimes the downside of tweeting the lists, and many played a similar list as well. And sure, they have the nuts. Happens is a mirror. Having nuts definitely helps here. We're not lost yet though. We could try and find the Massacre Wurm, which is probably what we're gonna do. They probably go field bog here. Double field is really crazy, but I respect it. I assume they have another land on hand. That's really strange. Really strange. So if we discard, they get. Well, that's hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. They could have a really good card. It's really risky. I think I go for Crisis here. If they have a super good spell on hand, so be it. I'd rather find a worm here. Was not the best draw, but well, got something. Still hoping to find the worm. Uro is okay. If they had a lot of zombies here, I would have been definitely in a worse situation, but that's fine. Maybe they play around the worm since they know me and they know my list. It's not helping. They get the Uro here. I will definitely use my spells and try to get my own Uros ASAP here. I can go passage. I can actually play Uro next turn, which helps. The zombies are surely annoying. They have all 4 fields already. It's pretty good. If you consider this is the top 19 cards with 1 hour, that's a pretty good one. 7 zombies is decent. That's what we call decent here. They have a land. They are scared of my worm here. We got a lead with the Thoughtseize here. We need to have the information. And it has to be blue. Well, they have the land. So we kind of get a feeling what they're doing. We try to get as many zombies as we can just to be protected. That's the worm. That's what we were looking for. So we have 5. I'm gonna play Fabled Passage here again. Then we're looking for an island. Going for the Ura here. As long as they don't top deck, we have a pretty solid hand. Here we will go for the Field of Ruin. We managed to get our 5 zombies in, and we start here hitting with the Krasis. Now this is the point where we have to consider not to attack because we want, not to block because we're gonna get a slot value of the worm, and we hope we dodge a worm. That's like the main goal here right now. We also hope they didn't draw any super spell. So this is 7, 14, 20 damage here. They drew a land. At this point, to be honest, I could block the Ura here. We will not block. This gives away that we have the worm though, but that was their top deck. There's not much we can do about that one. Ugin is really decent, so just gonna attack here. We decline. It's definitely an unlucky. I'm glad I blocked the Ura like this. Sadly they top decked here, but I mean game is still not over as I said. I mean you cannot nice me after top decking your answer. The problem is they also have a castle now, which makes this harder. At least I have Ugin and can -0 for days. So it's a really tough game now. I had to win there, and I still think it was correct to not block. 5, 6. Wow, 6 mana. What did they top deck now? 7. Don't do that. 8. Okay, that's a Krasis. So they actually copied my list, huh? Of the Krasis in. Oh, so frustrating here. They top deck the Krasis out of an empty hand. Can't they just not draw a land? Yeah, that's a nice. That's already nice. Oh, it's a nice. I don't believe this shit. It's not over still. Still not over. But it's definitely frustrating. They have an end of turn fabled passage now. Which is no fun. Because they know I have to do this. I'm also at a spot where using my field gives them 4 zombies, so it's not fun. I mean, it's an okay one. The cycling is a bit tricky here, so we definitely need to see what they have. Because they draw really well. I mean, they get 4 zombies here, so it's a hard one. This is okay. This can be actually... So we're gonna lose our Ugin here, but then we get Ura back next turn. And we can still actually win this with a Worm. You always have to consider this. Look, I used to have Pulse main deck in my version 2, I think. This is version 3. Let's hope they just didn't top deck something else. It was already enough. That Thoughtseize there won them the game. Oh, gives them the highest chance of winning the game so far. If they drew a Bok here, it'd be also really sad. We assumed this one. Thoughtseize next turn. It's tricky. And Uro. Well, I don't have a card on my hand, but I can use it actually. They have a Worm next to it. It really looks like my card, like my deck. Losing the Thoughtseize is really, really heavy. But what a better way to showcase the deck's power in the mirror. And I'm still in the game even though they have 4 fields. That's bad. Because the card is basically useless. So what could I find here? I mean, that Worm, I need to find a way to deal with the Worm. So it's the only way I can do it. Can I find an out here? If you pay 5-4, doesn't work. I need them to shuffle the library, so I have to use the Field of Ruin here. Yeah, I think this is my only out. So we're gonna play the hours here for the zombies, and then we're gonna crack their Field of Ruin and hope we just dodge. So this has to be field and probably a Bok. Because I also want to get rid of Uro. It's a bit unlucky that my next card is Massacre Wurm. Maybe you should go for the castle here. Yeah, that's the problem. We tried it, maybe they didn't realize. Well, nice. Never saw my deck. Never saw my own deck. That's a surprise. Yeah, Oracle goes out. Usually I play 3 Thoughtseize in the mirror. And I kick this one. So this is the list we go. Let's hope we played only lands and we came this far. It was all about them. They won the game with that top deck. They had no cards. Top decked Thoughtseize, got rid of my Worm. Then they top decked the Krasus out of an empty hand, by the way. So, congratulations to them of drawing the better cards. We tried our best. It's a stupid mirror now, but usually our windows, well, not like this. Top decks are part of the game, and that's how it works. Losing against number 929 will probably bring me back to the 20s. So that's also not something I'm looking forward to. So we have to focus, try our best the next games, and forget that they top decked us away. It's the game plan. I said rookie one, but we top every land. Everything that's a land we top, because we need to find as many lands as possible. Here we use Growth Spile first. Well, no. Actually gonna use this. Usually if you play this, they know I don't have better lands, which is kind of sad. You can cut mirror. That's a bad one. We need to find the lands. They don't have something turn 4, so it's fine. I mean, if it's the same list, right? Pass, we have to go Disdainful Stroke here next. If I knew I had another land, I would clearly go Massacre. Clearly let go, maybe. We have a good hand in the mirror. We just need to play our hand well. It looks like they're on an older version, so they maybe have negates. They could have Hours plus Pact, which is also really good. But they have a lot of basics. So that's fine. It's always risky. They don't have triple, they have triple black. It's always risky to stroke here for an Hours. But we kind of forced to. I mean, they have a Worm though, but we need to get the lands in because we may be gonna have to play the Ujin really early on. That's solid. I honestly cannot imagine them playing Spell Pierce, but it would surprise me a lot. Yeah, it's actually the same list. That's fine. And we get 4 damage here, that's okay. We had to go for it, there was no other way. We need to keep Disdainful Stroke up here. Well, most likely finding the land here, since they went through many cards already. Crazy is really good with Pact together, as I mentioned before, that's okay. I think we actually go Worm here. We need to pressure the board. I mean, it tells them we have a second one, but we need to pressure this board as good as we can. Because if they go Hours now, we have a second Worm. They should know that though. So they could play Ugin though, but they will lose Crazes at least. Okay, that's a good one. So we're looking forward to find a land here to play our own Ugin. 2 damage. Ugin, definitely the best card to play here, by far. We're gonna get a swamp, I guess. We have 1 blue. We need the island though. We need an island. We definitely want to have access to a second blue here. That's a decent hand. Okay. So they don't care about the second Worm. Okay. This is where we pass. We want to have Stroke up. We want to have Disdainful Stroke up. We want to have the Massacre into Stroke as well. Because the thing is, what I see on their hand, if we have a double Massacre Wurm in, we actually get to the point where it does 4 damage because it's not legendary. So this is what we're going for. If they go for Ura, that's fine. We can go island, then we pop this one, and then we get another one end of turn to maximize the damage. Hours of Promise is heavy. They maybe, if they have double counter, it's hard, but we have to go for it. It's our only out. If they don't get a green, we maybe consider cracking a green here away on attack step. If they, it depends how they order the stuff, right? Deck plays 2 pacts, that is what I know. So far it's lethal. 40s is really bad here. Okay, another land. So interesting. Really interesting. Why didn't they attack with the craters? The castle sucks a lot. I want to get rid of that castle there. If they use it, then they tap mana, which is nice. Why would they? That's interesting. They put that one on 3. Okay, they didn't have anything here. Well, that's game already. Okay, so we managed to go from here. I think it's the same configuration again. Still not the biggest fan of Uro. Uro is a nice for ramp though. I can see this on the play though. But there's so many ways post sideboard to deal with Uro. So I don't like Uro here. It's really about denying things and playing the better worms. It's all about that. Yeah. Pact of Negation is such a good card. That got me good. I mean, we lost game 1 only because of FOTD, so let's see how the next game goes. They played well. They played well. They maybe should have respected the second worm there, because if I play the worm that early, or worm, sorry if I always pronounce it incorrect, then they should actually know that I have something, right? That I have a second one, I guess. I mean, I have Ugin as well, but here we definitely go for the worm. Because we have a pact. If they pact with negation, we have a card backup, and it's a win con, so it's definitely the correct choice. And Ugin can still come in later on for their Uro to deal with that. Crazies early on was these for sure. Crazies is just the way they top that Crazies game 1 is still surprised. It's just so amazing. That's why I love the one-off Crazies. It's actually so good. I thought it was a scam in the beginning, but later on I thought it's really good. So we have a decent hand and no mulligan here to have a fair last best of 3. Some good cards, please. That's a fair hand. It's not over the top, but it's fair. We start with the Drowned Catacomb here. What is going on? My mouse is a bit buggy here. I hate when this happens, because we basically told them we have a Pact of Negation on our hand. They have a Pact of Negation as well. That's gonna be a really interesting game. That's gonna be so stupid. Well, what do they take away? You have a double hour and you have a Pact. We know they have a Pact, so if we... The thing is with double hour, even if they have a Pact, we can hour, they Pact, we hour. They need a second Pact there. So that's fine. We're still scared of... That's an interesting one. Oh, they wanted cycle here. Okay. Yeah, I was like, what is there for 3 mana in the deck? I was like, huh. That's fine. So we have to play the Oracle here, and I think I will not cycle the land actually. So let's see if they packed it or not. They do not. We need to lure out their pact. That's really important. Really, really important. So the sad part here is that we don't have access to Massacre Wurm if they decide to go hour into pact. So that's definitely not perfect for zombie. Yeah, we go the second one, but now we want to be really careful here. That's about the maximum of spells we can play against their worm here. Actually, maybe it was a mistake, but now we go crazies, big crazies here. Okay, we got a worm. It had to happen, right? So maybe the danger is second worm now. Second worm is really stupid. We know they have a pact though. So we need to think. But if they pact, they cannot worm, right? So that's a good part. We need to maybe draw 40s here. So this is 4, and then 5, which makes us 6/6, so we can block here. Oh, actually it's a 7/7, which is perfect. We have to go for this one. This blocks Massacre Wurm really well. Didn't find the 40s though. Good draw, good draw, good draw. That's 6 damage. So I have to worm, I guess. Worm and hour's pretty okay. Let's see. I don't want to hour here. And they good game us. Good game. Yeah, they had the better hand here. We tried. We tried. It's definitely helping to start and have the better. So this is the 23 as we expected here. In the mirror, playing against our own deck. Classic. Let's try another one. Yeah, you're losing against someone in the 900 is horrible because you need at least 2 or 3 wins to get back to the top 10. This will maybe give us 5 ranks max. We keep this hand. We keep every land, we can see. Hand is decent in the mirror. We wish we had more ramp though, but it's a decent one in the mirror. Raska game 1 is really good because it's mostly unchecked. So their hours here is definitely no fun. We still don't know exactly what they played out. There was a stop, which is most likely the same list again. Damn, I should not tweet this stuff out. I should not tweet it out. I was working on this list for so long. So we cannot go ourselves right now. Oh, they played this one. Yeah, I had Arch in the deck as well once, but I decided to change it. I think we had to go this way. It's kind of awkward, but yeah, we had to go for it. Which gives us next turn a Massacre Wurm. We also have an hour. This is a no block here. That's for sure. We have access to 7. Okay. Crazy is a good card. They have 1 black, so we're not scared of the worms for now. We're not scared of the worm. You can ramp as much as you want. The only thing I do not like is that they maybe have a pact in their hand. That's literally the card I am not liking right now. So we have to think how we're gonna play this. I mean, we have a field to get rid of their field. The language is really interesting here. The language is really interesting. I am really sure they have a pact though. Didn't have a pact. This is an annoying one. I tried to play around pact here, but didn't work the way I wanted. It's okay. -2, I guess. So using ours here. So if I do this, I get 1 field. It's a good draw. What could I play besides ours? Raska? No. It doesn't matter. We have to go for Fable, so we have an end of turn effect there. I mean, they have to go with -X there as well, but having Fable gives us 3 zombies end of turn, which is really decent. You have to go for -X, -X0 here, always. So they get an Ura here. Maybe we go for Raska. I should have get Bok here instead of Fabled Passage, I guess. It's really hard to say. I thought I may be safe with my own Ugin here. For 3, so this goes on 4 and survives. It's just really important that we have our Fabled Passage here. We don't care if they make zombies with our hand. Okay. We got rid of the Uro with Ugin here, so I think it was still the correct play. I mean, they shoot our own Ugin, so this is gonna be a really stupid game now. Shoot, shoot, shoot. But that's okay. We hope for them to make many, many zombies here. Many, many zombies. They're calculating. I hope they don't have an Ulamog or something. Okay. Sure. So far, we want to play Massacre Wurm to deal with Ugin. So we can Worm, and then we use Fabled Passage end of turn now. Get a Swamp. Attack it, shoot it down, then Ugin is gone, then we have the Ugin. Think that's the play. They have triple black now though, we have to consider that. So we go for the Swamp. And hope this goes through. Okay, it went through. They could still have a Growth Spiral though, but sure. So they managed to get blocks here. But that's still okay. That's still okay. To take damage here. And we lose some zombies, so they cannot worm us that efficiently. That's pretty good. We will Growth Spiral. We will Growth Spiral or use the field depending on what we see. They can destroy our Ugin now though. Nothing we can do about. We still have a good board though, so that's pretty nice. Are they playing another Ugin here? That's amazing. That's really interesting. Well, we go for the field here. No. They get 2 zombies, but we get 3. So that's still retail. They shock. I think this is actually worse. It's actually worse. I mean, we still hope our worm goes through. Okay. This is perfect. We can secure the worm here. Well, that's a bad hand. It's 8 damage. It's not lethal though. We one short. That's why you don't play Extinction Event in the main. I don't think it's a good... I mean, not in this current meta, though. We definitely try the deal of Ugin here. And that's their go. It's really hard to get out. That has to be... I know it has to be, actually. It's a really hard one to say. I mean, it's even, right? Oh, it's even. Whatever I say. For some reason I was sleeping there. If we had a land here, we had lethal. Didn't find the land. They have 2 blast zones. That's really greedy. So we can make them use it. I think the best play is Uro and Rusk at the same time. Because they have to use the blast zone to deal with Uro. This is too much of a threat. We have a Pact of Negation. Can we get more zombies? So we can sacrifice one of our zombies to draw a card now. Okay. That turn. So they have to kill Ura here, but they also need to take up the other blast zone, and they cannot put it on 4. So they have to top deck really well now. Because this is lethal on board. But that's an oops. That's an oops, dude. Well, well, they wanted to take it up on 3, so it's still GG. Because we just kill a zombie here. Okay, game 1-1. As usual, it's always the same. Cut the Oracle here. Cut this. Not a fan of the Ura, and then let's go. I mean, the thing is, Ura is so good, but it's just a perma-blocked card. The only thing you want is a ramp for 3 mana, where Growth Spiral is a ramp for 2 mana. It has a potential that it's a ramp later on again, so I guess it's good. Ura is a good card, but not in a field meta. Okay, we're gonna try this. Not a fan of it, but we're gonna do it. Many lands here. They're actually gonna cape this. Because we can get on 5 next turn, so we actually have a counter for the hours, which is important. Hour of Promise is so good, so we need to have there something. So we have 2 blue, which is important for the... We have to click really fast here, otherwise they know we have the Pact of Negation. I tried to hide it as good as I could. I really tried. We just keep playing lands. That's all we can do. The only difference is we cannot scry next turn. We cannot cycle next turn. The went for it. Okay. I mean, if they have a second one, we cannot do anything against the second one. Well, that's a -2 life right there. Okay, they had a second one. That's a bit sad. Zombie. Actually, I think we cycle this. I could draw something for 4. Okay, that was a bit... It's a good card, and they use Thoughtseize, so I hope they don't have a second Thoughtseize here. Okay, we need to use the Worm next turn. Well, okay. Do you have Pact or not? Because this gonna hurt. Yeah. This is gonna hurt, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. Well, this is why the Massacre Wurm is a really good card in the mirror. That's game. So I hope you enjoyed those games. Well, we lost the first one in the mirror, and then we won the second one in the mirror. I just wanted to make this video actually to show why this card should be banned, and right now I think if I play 2 mirrors, you all should see this deck is really strong. So hopefully you liked the video, give me a subscribe up, and subscribe up. You subscribe to me and gives me a thumbs up. And tomorrow, or today night here, we're gonna play some new decks. I'm pretty sure this card's gonna be banned. And yeah, hopefully see you next time.